Minimalism has a ton of misconceptions and some issues with gatekeeping and just some general confusion around the topic. So I wanted to make this video today for anyone that might be new or wanting to learn more or discuss minimalism as a practice. In short, I truly believe that minimalism can play a positive and beneficial role for everyone. I was first introduced around 2010, 2011. I had a friend make a documentary called Thrive with Less. I'll be sure to link it below. It was great. Since then, I've been slowly incorporating different principles of minimalism into my life, and that's something that I think gets often overlooked. You see people that see minimalism and they think, I want to be a minimalist, or you have people that are minimalists saying, you need to do this and this and this to be a minimalist. It's so important to remember that minimalism is a practice, not a binary state of being. You're not a minimalist or not a minimalist. Minimalism is a practice that everyone can enjoy and use in their own way. In my opinion, it's mostly about removing the excess from your life, and this can be from an aesthetic standpoint or from a functional standpoint. Removing that excess out of your life to appreciate the things that you have in your life even more, and just allow yourself to enjoy your life a little bit more freely without the responsibility of that excess. So that can mean a ton of different things for a ton of different people. Everyone's situation is going to be different. Everyone's going to have a different job. Everyone's going to have different hobbies. The important thing to remember is just to evaluate the things in your life and see if they bring value in some capacity. So say someone collects, sports memorabilia. Those items might be the most prized, valuable possessions in someone's life, where it truly brings them joy. It decorates their space where they live, and overall they just have a big positive impact on their life. But for someone like me that doesn't really like sports at all, those items are useless, and I would just assume get rid of them because they're not bringing me any value. That idea should and can be translated into any category. So before any minimalists out there go out and shame people publicly, be sure to remember and realize that people are going to have different lives than you. They're going to need different things for their work. They're going to have different interests and hobbies. So be kind and realize that everyone's life and situation is different. And this kind of rounds into the next/main point I wanted to bring up through this video is the gatekeeping issues. I've recently started talking more and more about minimalism on my YouTube channel here. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of negativity and toxicity around the community and around the subject. We should be encouraging people to start a minimalist journey and to incorporate minimalism into their life. And it's important to remember that you need to start slow on that process, because a lot of people cull things out just because, I want to be a minimalist, it's trendy. Making sure that you're doing things intentionally in your life is super important. So I think it's our role as minimalists or someone that practices minimalism to encourage that in others that might not be as advanced as you. So be nice to the newbies, essentially. If anyone is new to minimalism, put yourself out there and try and ignore the haters. And for any of the experienced minimalists or people that have been enjoying the fruits of minimalism for a long time, instead of shaming someone for what they're doing, try and encourage or give advice. Keep it positive, essentially. You don't want to be turning people away or giving, the whole idea or movement or whatever you want to call it. You don't want to be giving it a bad reputation out there, because I think it's something that's important for the long-term future, for environmental aspects. I think it can be really important for a lot of people's personal lives in terms of, maybe living with less income and still enjoying and appreciating their life and the things that they own. And it just encompasses all things. And on that note, for the newbies, start slow. I get so many comments with people saying, I just discovered minimalism and I'm doing this and this and this in the next couple of months and I'll be a full minimalist. I'm getting rid of my entire wardrobe and I'm buying an entirely new capsule wardrobe, and I'm getting rid of my furniture for some minimalist, Scandinavian design furniture. People try to overhaul their lives, and all that generally will do is lead to more failure and more purchasing things and more, wanting and wishing for more physical goods. So take it slow. I am someone that's been working on a capsule wardrobe for several years now. It's not something I'm going to go out and buy 20, 30 pieces of clothing, but every time I buy a new piece of clothing, I am making sure that it fits into the rest of my wardrobe. So taking it slowly, making sure that the items I'm buying are intentional. I think that really sits at the core of what minimalism is. Intentionality with the things in your life. There's no specific amount of things or specific amount of things that you got rid of that are going to determine you as a minimalist or not a minimalist. Think of it as a practice. It's something that's there to encourage and learn from and grow from and expand upon, and it's something to enrich your life. It's not a binary way of being, it's a practice. Everyone's going to get better over time, and no one's going to be perfect, and there's no finish line with education in that sense. So for anyone new and starting off with minimalism, maybe this is the first video you've ever seen about it. Welcome. We encourage you. Feel free to reach out anytime if you have questions, and I wish you the best of luck on your journey and learning experience with minimalism. I hope everyone really enjoyed this. Hopefully I didn't rant too much. It's just something that really frustrates me when I see it. So I wanted to make this video separate so I can link it and show people that I think need to. So let's continue the discussion down in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one.